Everyone, it is Tony back. Just want to do one more video for today. I was watching this episode with my wife. This is 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. And we have Kalani and Asuelu. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. In this clip, I just wanted to show you because it stuck out to me. Because it represented to me miscommunication and misinterpretation of what each is trying to say. And when this happens, both parties get defensive, angry, and then misread the intention of the other person. So to kind of get you in context with the clip here, so Asuelu and Kalani are talking about their sex life and how to improve their romantic relationship. They're talking about different things that they can do, and they're talking about role play and things like that, and things like that. So this is, I'm gonna kind of react to it. I've watched it one time and I kind of found the beginning of where I wanted to, and I'm just gonna kind of react and hopefully help navigate what they're trying to really say to each other and why they're saying it. So this will make more sense if you're caught up with the episode, but I'll try to fill in the blank as best I can. Okay, here we go.
I think we have neglected our marriage, and sex is like an important part of marriage, but if you don't have the love or anything like that, then it's weird for me. So we need to do things that make us both happy and do things to make us feel like we love each other.
So do things that can show me that you love me. That's basically what she's saying. And do things to, for you to do things so I can feel loved. And so there's a book, different love languages and things like this, that can help understand how people interpret love and understand how they receive love in different ways. Okay.
Like you being out and thinking, oh, my wife she's probably tired, I should bring her this, or
I did. I bring you pizza.
You do bring me pizza sometimes.
Why didn't mention that?
My bro.
So I really like that line because it seems very genuine and honest, right? And almost like a way to defend himself, like, well, I thought I did bring you stuff. I bring you pizza when you're hungry, right? And to him, that's still bringing you something. Is showing love, right? So I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. Okay, here we go.
My brother also brings me food sometimes too.
Oh, I think we didn't catch that part because I paused it. She says something back to him and he instantly gets defensive.
Like you being out and thinking, oh, my wife she's probably tired, I should bring her this, or
I did. I bring you pizza.
You do bring me
I just
pizza.
like what he says here.
Why didn't mention that?
My brother also brings me food sometimes too.
So what she said is, my brother also brings me food too. Watch the change because of an association with his family, and it's for him it's a negative association. So instantly he gets frustrated. We talked about with our anger management topic video about understanding our anger buttons and under those anger triggers and those pet peeves that we talked about, and knowing those, because the things are going to get super frustrated really quickly. And because when we get frustrated and we get emotional past that 5, like we talked about, you start saying hurtful things to someone, right? You're not really thinking. You feel hurt and you want to hurt them back.
So we're not talking about your brother.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I think your definition of romance and love is different than my definition.
You just say, oh, my brother bring you food. I'm not talking about your brother bring you food. If we talk about you and me and talk about brother, that's so annoying.
So like I said, it's not that you could take that same kind of and a different couple, and that wouldn't probably be an issue, right? Like it was almost like jokingly she said, well, my brother brings me pizza. What she's trying to say is, I don't see that as you showing love to me, you bringing me pizza. I want other things. I need other things for you to show me that. And so that's the misinterpretation there, as he got super defensive there and frustrated because, and if you understand this this couple, they live with her parents, and the parents are a lot of times kind of going over the boundary a little bit and stepping into their marriage. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I imagine Asuelu feels like he's triangulated against a lot by his family. Like she's got these support people that can back her up, and he doesn't have anyone in the home. So that instantly brings frustration to him. And he lets that frustration go past that 5, and then he feels hurt, starts saying hurtful things, and not stopping, staying calm, and thinking what she really means by that. He just gets hurt, and he starts kind of saying hurtful things. And I think she starts doing it too here in the next part.
And that's
Yeah,
what
you need to work on how you can talk to me. I bring you food.
Yes, but we're not talking about bringing food, Asuelu.
Yeah,
We're
it's
talking...
like showing love. You didn't ask and just bring it.
That's not romance. That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
Okay. She said that's not romance, right? Now, that's kind of subjective, right? Some people who, let's just say that your spouse is off work and you're at work and they bring you food at lunch, right? They know you really like a certain food and they bring you food. Would that be romantic for you? Would that, for you, show love to you? If that was like your favorite food, you really like that food. And a lot of you would probably say yes, right? And some of you would probably say no. That's just being a good husband, or that's not showing love. You would maybe say, getting random flowers. Things are just randomly happening. Things are not required. It's just I know you put extra effort in to that. And some people would be, might say, when they ask me about my day, or when they put the extra effort in, give me a break. But there's different things, right? But the important thing is they need to talk about it, and they're trying to get on the same page of understanding what you can do so I can feel love. So what she did there is like, well, instead of saying that's not romance, she could easily change it to, I hear what you're saying, Asuelu, but for me, I don't feel love when you give me pizza. I feel love when you do blank, right? So what really helps conversation is trying to be patient and listen and try to get where they're coming from, their perspective, their intention, and first validate that intention first. Okay, Kalani, I hear what you're saying. You don't feel love when I bring you pizza. I disagree. I feel like I'm showing you I love you by bringing you pizza. But that doesn't seem like that doesn't, you disagree with that. What can I do to show that I love you, right? But he couldn't get that point in being patient when, he got so defensive and hurt by her bringing up the brother. And like I said, there's an association he has. It's a kind of a trigger that the family oversteps boundaries in the relationship, and he, gets pinned against, he gets, I won't say picked on, but he feels isolated in the family, right? Everyone's kind of against him sometimes, so we'll watch a little bit more and see how far it goes.
I don't know why we talk about your brother though. But, oh, my brother bring me food. We're not talking about your brother though. We talk about us why you bring other people.
I feel like this was the perfect example of how our relationship goes. We just were really good and we're having fun, and then the littlest thing can set him off.
And I agree. Like I said, this is a trigger for him. But I would, if I was helping them with, some couple step or something, is having her understand why, right? Having the empathy of why. Not saying that he's in the right of getting so upset, but understanding maybe why he got so upset, right? And just changing how she says things, like instead of saying like in a passive aggressive way, well, my brother brings me pizza that, well, that doesn't mean anything that you bring it to me. So it could have been like a very sarcastic, playful way, but I think Asuelu took it as passive aggressive, and that's why he got hurt. Now, it's not saying that you're never going to hurt anyone's feelings. You try to tell them something, right? You're going to actually do that. But how do you kind of navigate that and kind of like listen? And the trick is you validate their perspective, where they're coming from first, and then you tell them how I feel. Okay, Asuelu, I hear you say blank, 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 but I feel da 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 da, and then you do it back. He does it for you, you do it back for them, and that lets you guys, it lets the couple understand what they're trying to say, and it keeps them on the same page. Now, they can still have disagreements, that's totally fine. Every couple, every person in a relationship, they're going to have disagreements, but that's why you talk about it, and you argue, and you come up with a solution, whether it's collaborating or compromising, and you get on the same page, right?
And it's usually the dumbest thing. I can't ever really tell him my real feelings or try to tell him what I think we should fix because he takes offense to everything. It wasn't anything to get that upset over.
Okay, so this kind of goes back also with the blaming habit. And I'm not saying that he's being a perfect angel, but this is what I would tell both of them. They can both better communicate with each other. It's not just him, it's both of them, right? So, what do you guys think? You guys think that there's both things that they can do better, or is it more Asuelu or more on Kalani? I think they both can do things better. I don't think it's more one the other. I think they both need to communicate better and try to validate each other's opinions and perspective and be able to still share.
Like, the whole thing is just crazy. It's just psychotic. I'm so over crying.
There's nothing you cry.
I can cry if I want to cry. Those are my feelings. Can I just have my feelings and say my freaking feelings? I'm annoying because I'm...
Okay, and then Asuelu's not being very supportive, or, you have nothing to cry about, like, she's upset, and not validating that she is upset, and then he then starts questioning her intention that she's trying to manipulate or make him feel guilty. And the thing is, that's jumping to conclusions, right? You are just trying to make me feel guilty for getting upset or whatever. So you can, Asuelu can disagree with her getting upset over this little thing. That's fine, but you still want to validate. It's like, Kalani, I see that you're upset. That wasn't my intention. I'm just really frustrated when you bring up your family and our relationship. It's just kind of like a sore spot. And I apologize if that hurt your feelings, right? So I think it goes on a little bit longer.
Crying.
There's nothing you can cry about.
Normal people cry when they're upset. They don't bottle in and then blow up on people. That's abnormal. Crying is normal. Blowing up on people is abnormal.
And Kalani is saying something that is true. Like, back in the video I did about letting go and moving on, if you don't resolve and address things and just, like she said, bottle them up and progressively, and that's also, that could be things like this. If a couple never talks about things and address their problems and things they need to be on the same page about, it will just escalate and bottle up, and then you'll get these explosions. So.
Okay. It makes me upset because whenever we talk about big issue, Kalani always bring up her.
Yeah. That was his sore spot.
It's not fair because Kalani tells me what she wants, and I express my feelings to how I feel, and she stops crying.
So basically what he's saying there is, I express how I feel, and she doesn't validate where I'm coming from. And then remember, these guys too, he's from a different culture, right? So, and he's basically, and she doesn't validate me, and I think that she's just crying to kind of control or make me feel bad, right?
So she's not listening what's my point and what's I trying to say.
Right. So they're both doing it though.
Good to see you again.
They're in that comment right there. Good to see you again. What do you think the intention of that is? early in the episode, she was saying that she doesn't she doesn't trust this new Asuelu. He's being nice, and he was mean before. So that right there is a jab, and we can tell she's being hurt and emotional and sad back at him to show like, oh, I guess that was you're not very trustworthy. You're just being the a-hole, like I know, and so.
Miss this version of you.
Now you try to piss me off. Why you do this kind of stuff?
You're literally making fun of me for crying and saying I had no reason to cry.
Because it's not make sense.
What doesn't make
So he got hurt her back. She got hurt. I hurt him back. It is that's what I said. They both can work on communicating better with each other.
sense?
I didn't say anything to hurt you.
You think that you didn't say anything to hurt my feelings. This whole situation is upsetting to me.
And she's 100% right. You think you didn't, but you're not validating that you did.
Not being able to come to you and have a conversation and have a normal conversation where you say, okay, yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
I can't do that with you.
I don't know how to fix this kind of stuff.
I was about to say, the feeling I got is they probably feel stuck. They don't know how to communicate with each other and be able to get on the same page and move forward and grow.
Okay. I feel like I, yet again, fooled myself into thinking that this marriage was on the right track and that Asuelu was finally going to change. But of course I was wrong and the whole thing just collapsed again. If this is who he really is, I don't see us buying a house together, and quite frankly, I don't really see a relationship with us in the future. So I can't keep doing this anymore.
And the sad thing is, it can work out if they're both committed, and if they have someone to show them a clip like this and break it down of what they're trying to each say, and if they could just validate where they're coming from and express how they feel without getting frustrated and upset and hurt and then try to hurt each other back, they can, and they can get on the same page and grow together. Dramatic music. And I think that's in the clip here. Yeah. Alright guys, I just wanted to share that. It was a clip that I watched when I was watching the show the first time, and I wanted to, it's a good learning opportunity that this could be something that ourselves, I even have to keep myself mindful to do this, to better communicate with, people that I have relationships with. So it utilizes empathy, it utilizes patience, it utilizes using I statements, slowing down the conversation, validating, and then expressing how you feel with an I statement. So hopefully this was helpful in any way. You guys have a great day, and thank you for listening. Bring some feedback. Who do you think had most of the accountability in that situation? Who do you think could have, let me put it this way, who do you think can improve the most? Kalani or Asuelu? All right, see you guys. Bye.